Match number 1 here with red, purple, Luffy. They chose to go second, which is really good. We get the Zoro down. Super. Whoops. You ever just misclick and you're just like, I don't want to be that guy who quits every time they misclick type shit. We get nothing to do on this, so we're going to swing 9 at face. We have kind of cucked ourselves, I'm not going to lie to you guys. But they did leader effect on their first turn, so that's a good sign here. Makes me happy. Makes me happy to see, but they do get the burger down very early. We can trash it with Beckman. We just have to actually get to the point where we can Beckman. They leader ability us again. They're crazy. They're psycho. I don't think it's worth getting the Bon Clay down yet. I think we double Bon Clay later in the game, because what we need to do here is just spam out a bunch of bodies. This is really hard for them to really hit our life, so that's a good sign. They're really going into more developing bodies. We can minus 1k to any of their characters on a swing here. I do, it looks like, play Finger Pistol on our Yasop, so Yasop is dead. It's good that we held the Bon Clays for later, because we want to play those right before a 10 Dawn turn. I don't think we need to take this damage this early anyways, so we won't. Now let's see if he will leader ability. He should, honestly. We're going to 7 Dawn, and 7 Dawn is a very good spot for us. He leader abilities again, which honestly I think is really good for us. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Because no, we have not gotten our chance to ramp because we threw out our Zoro earlier. But we are going to be getting bodies on the board here. Next turn, we're going to double Bon Clay. So by the time they get to 10, we are going to have two 12k body swings if they can't remove them, forcing them to obviously leader ability. They're losing a lot of hand size. I think we're sitting at a very good spot. We can also ramp to 10. Very good there as well. I think we have a very good time in to teach. I need to stop saying so very often. We will take this. I don't think I'm scared to take a life here or too worried about it. He will probably leader ability us, of course, which would be very smart. We may not even swing his life. He's down to 3 cards in hand, but we will counter out of this one. I'm not taking all these hits. So he plays down another Burgess. We do have to be wary of that. He did leader ability us, so we know we don't have our abilities. We could ramp to 10 here, put 2 here to swing this. So I think this is what we do. Swing the Lafitte. Now we have 10 Dawn. We don't have a way to Dawn minus, so I guess the swing with this didn't really matter. We could just leader ability. This is going to be 7, so we could become 8. We should do 9 probably because he's 7, and he doesn't get any extra from discarding anything. Or we could just go this with double Bon Clays, which I don't think is bad at all. I'm on both sides of the fence right now. I think we just go 8. If he wants to counter, he's giving us more cards in hand. He obviously doesn't. And now we double Bon Clay right there. So we are sitting in a very good spot. We have a blocker. We have a body on. We have 3 bodies on the board who can actively swing. So he has to kill them. Will we counter out of this? I don't think so. I think we'll let that one go. He can't really just hit us. If he wants to swing the 7 at us, that's fine. We will take. But he can only stop one of our Bon Clays with the passive effect, so that's good. She will nullify one of them. And then he should swing the Burgess here, but he chooses not to because he knows what we can do if he does. We would be sitting in a very good spot. I think we will swing 6 at face, see what he wants to do. Obviously, he does not want to do anything about that. He did not leader ability us. I didn't even notice until now, so we will become a 6k body and then ramp 1 back. Play down Zoro, and do we even swing? I don't think so, because a 12 and a face isn't necessary. I'd rather have the 2 12s, because more than likely he leader ability us. And now we have our Gum Giant, we have a blocker, and we have a full strong board where we can finish the game off in this next turn, especially if they don't leader ability. If they do leader ability, Beckman doesn't do much, but if they play like a cheap chump blocker or something instead, we're still sitting in a good spot. They need to play a 10 drop, though, to stop one of these. And then even if they stop one of these, what are we stressed about? Type shit. Type shit. What do you want to do here, buddy? What would you like to do? I would like to take the first hit, but it really depends. He does not have a leader swing on us. That's just stopped, basically, which is really good. He wants to stop the kid, so only stopping our plus 1k rather than a 12k body. I don't really understand that one. He will go 7 at face here, and it really matters. Do we think he's going to stop our leader abilities? He wants to swing the 12. I almost think I just take this. I'm not really scared of anything. He only has 10 there. He can't get 2 cards in there to make this an 8k. I'd rather save the blocker, I think. So we will take, and now we have a better 1k counter just in case we want to use the Beckman. The Beckman just gives us a bigger body on the board. But I think this is just wraps at this point. He does leader ability us. He doesn't swing the Burgess. I think we just feel him out. Swing the 2 12s and just be like, what do you want to do? Because what? That'll be 4 cards total in hand. This will be 12. Block. I don't know. We will counter out of this one. Not too stressed about it. We do know we were leader locked, but that's okay. I think we just swing with the fences. What does he want to do here? Maybe we start with a 7, see if he wants to counter out. And then if not, we can go 12, 12, which he would have to block out a 1, take 1, and then... Let's do the math here, wait. So 9 is guaranteed, right? So the 9, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'd be 11, which wouldn't be guaranteed, but it'd be just about guaranteed. I think we just go for it. Honestly, I think we don't even have to go for it because we do have a blocker. Let's go 7. This is the smartest play so that we can play around his abilities. Because if he does want to block out of this, he's kind of cooked at that point because of the 2 12s, because those are guaranteed. So now we'll swing, what would be the smartest? 12, what, we got 12, 12, and then 9 would be 13. So I think that just makes the most sense. 12, 13. So 12, 12, and 13 should just end it. It's guaranteed. He would have to have all 2Ks at this point to not lose this turn. And then if that's what he wants to do, we can still play the Sanji. We're in a very safe spot. We're in a very safe spot. So he did have to block, and then this one is just guaranteed based off the math, because 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 5 is 13, and we're swinging 13. So it's guaranteed to hit. GG's to our opponent there. Hit him with the GG's. He disconnects, but hey, that was a good one. I'm not going to lie. That kind of teaches you how to cook up against Blackbeard. I think that the Bon Clay is the most important card into this. If you don't know what it does, please read this. This is so oppressive. This card's insane. So I would definitely say the Bon Clay is super dynamic. It's important to this matchup. And I think he failed by not stopping the Bon Clay rather than the Kid. We get plus 1K extra. Is not that much. It's not that important when you compare it to a free 12K for 4 costs. That's crazy. So on to the next one, boys. Let's get it. Okay, we're seeing a 6K Newgate out here on the sim real quick. That's crazy. You do not see this guy very often anymore. This is an old ass man, you know what I'm saying? This guy is on ventilators and he chose to go first. We do have this for second. We could play this and then still get our ramp up to 6, but it's just not as fast as we'd like. I think we do keep this hand though. I think we have good top end as well as our ramp pieces. So we will Nami grabbing. We can only grab a 2K or a 10 drop, and we definitely don't need another 10 drop, so we'll leave it at that and just pass the turnover. 5 cards in hand. He's already taken 1 of his life, which is obviously very good. That's what this leader's good at. I'm glad Moby Dick is not a card, bro. That card was crazy. That card broke this deck. Do you guys remember that card? Leave a comment if you remember Moby Dick. Forget Moby Dick. That's the best way to put it. Forget Moby Dick. We get another Newgate. Oh my gosh, we're Newgated out of the Rizzo. That's insane. We're just going to swing 7 at face. Holy cow. We may have 1 3 too many. That's crazy. He does go for the early 2K counter on the Rad Beam, leaving 1 up. Wild. Not going to lie to you guys. We are going to be at 9 Dawn, 1 turn before him, I believe. So we will be Newgating before he's Newgating. On our next turn, we can swing the Zoro, play down a Beckman to KO whatever 5-drop he's about to play, which is really good. If he doesn't play a 5-drop, we will need to counter out of this. It looks like he wants to go with a Kid Killer. It does not have any plus right now, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. We will counter out of this. I'm not too stressed about it. And then, oh, it's if your opponent has 2 or less. That's right. We will just have to take that. That sucks, but we'll swing the 2. We'll have 7 now. The Beckman, just because we need to have the Beckman, I don't think we have to play down a blocker or anything right now. We're still sitting in a really good spot. So we will go 6 at 5, I think, just to see. Because if not, we can probably get down 2 bodies or get down a blocker if he just wants to give it for free. We don't have to be forced into it, but I would assume he would counter. If we swing 6 at life, he only gives us 1K counter. If we swing 6 here, it's guaranteed to be a 2K counter. And then if he lets it die, we play out a blocker. If he doesn't let it die, see, 2 1Ks, so much better. Look at that. Boom, bop, on to the next turn. So we do have 2 4K counter, and we get to the Newgates very soon. But he has a very aggro-style deck list, which is cooking against us. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we need to see this Newgate SAP as soon as possible. The cool thing is, well, not so cool. We have not seen a Gum Giant at all. Sucks. I'm hoping that's what this last life is. I would expect him to even, it could be crazy, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but He could just go directly in the face with this. I can't counter out. In the instant that I could, it'd be like giving up my whole hand, and he could just rush me down, which I don't think is actually a bad play, which is kind of wild. This is scary. Boys, a 6k leader versus a 6k leader, but I have 3 life, but he has 6 life, but he takes a life every turn. He has every resource known to man. He has everything he needs every time. Because honestly, he could even... Ooh, he could do that. He could do that. That's wild. That's crazy. Now, 1k, 2k makes a lot more sense than giving him a 2k here and then possibly him just ignoring this and swinging our life. So we will just let that die. I don't think it matters too much. So here's our 1k, which will be the Zoro, and then our 2k here, which will be the Sanji, of course. We will be in a very good spot when we can ramp up, play this, swing. We'll swing 2 here, see what he wants to do. And then I almost think we swing face, just because if we swing this ace, it's a 7k. Again, the math doesn't make sense there to swing the ace. We could even go ahead and ramp. We could go 7 into face, getting a 2k counter out, and then go 9 into ace, which may not be a bad play, but then we don't have any up for Gum Gum Giant. We only have 2k counter, and if he could save it, we're kind of cooked. But if he can't save it and he did go for it, we'd be kind of cooked anyway. So I think we have to take the safest route, which is killing the ace, because if not, he had to have given us his whole hand. We saw him to use 2 1Ks earlier, so that's why the 7 here gets out a 2K or 2 1Ks, which it looked like it was 2 1Ks again. I believe so. I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention, I guess. I don't know. I need to pay better attention. He will swing our Beckman, and we will let Beckman go. I don't think we need Beckman. It'll be all right. We have a pretty even board across this, so we will swing. We'll start with this. We'll swing 8 at face. Then we're going to swing 10 at face, and we're sitting in a good spot. The thing is, he stops his leader ability with this, which is really good, but now we have 3k counter, which is obviously very needed, and I'm expecting him to start chaining these things as well, but we have less life. So we are in a more stressful spot. So maybe this wasn't the best card to play, especially when we only have 3k counter, but I think we can't let him know that we only have 3k counter. But if he's smart, again, he would just go 10 here. We have to give him our whole hand if he does that. And then if he plays any rush body at all, we just lose. Crazy he's only now getting to 10 after we already have 2 Newgates and he only has the 1. I know that's what purple does, but it just feels good, man. That's what purple does to you. It makes you feel good inside. It's that Grimace milkshake type shit. I don't know. I'm yapping today. See, my views just went up by like 500 views just because I used the word yapping and Grimace milkshake. I just say Baby Gronk and Libby Dunn, and dude, we are millionaires. Let's get this. 1,000 subs right now. 1,000 subs, please, boys. Oh, lordy lore, he is going to split on us, and he will kill us. If this is not a Gum Gum Giant, it's not. What, 14 into 8? I think he just wins, which is so freaking stupid because we only had 13k. Nothing else. That's crazy. Maybe the safe play was blocking up there. Crazy. GG's to our opponent. That was a fun one. 6k leader and 6k leader. We had him on the clapback, actually, because he only had 3k. So GG's to our opponent. We would have probably won that if it wasn't for that turn. And even if he plays this at the 8k, a 10, it's countered out. A 10, he takes, and then we just put everything on leader and just say, screw it. Or we play the 10 drop and win that way. GG's to our opponent. We're on to the next one. Oh, boys. We are taking on the Bello Betty, my baby girl. We're going to mulligan that. We have no ramp. We still have no ramp, but we do have a searcher. Let's hit that. Oh, did we just whiff? Oh, boys, that is not a good look early. They definitely don't whiff. They hit the Karasu, which is freaking crazy, dude. Oh my gosh, we are saved. We are saved by the book. Holy cow. This is what we needed to see. This is what we needed, baby. Let's go. Oh, I probably shouldn't have even swung. I did not even think who I'm playing. Oh, he sucks. L player if you have 5 or less total. So you're at 6. After the Karasu is triggered, you check for 5 or less. So he would need to lose 1 more to have that trigger happen. So no offense to this guy. It's not his fault. It's a weird trigger, and honestly, I don't care for it myself. Honestly, it's kind of detrimental. Everybody was hyping up the new stuff, and I don't care for it. Like the Karasu, it's good in the deck, don't get me wrong, but I almost feel like if Bunny Joe had a trigger that just said play this card like Karasu, like Kuma and some of the other cheap bodies, I think this card would be so much better. He did just bump all of his stuff up, but we are a 6k leader, so he can't even hit us. Sure. Did you notice now? Did you notice that? Did you happen to see that we are a 6k leader, and so you can't hit me? You can't touch this. Down, no. Can't touch this. Type shit. I don't get that one. I don't get that. He did that, killed, oh, Kuma. Oh my gosh, this guy actually kind of cooked. This guy has the sauce. He did cheat it out with the Ivankov. Very good play right there. But we're going to go 8 at face. This is really good. We at least do get our ramp piece right there. We're drawing off the top right now, which is really good. Next turn we'll go to 8. Up 1, playing this for 9 or for 10, and then we'll play this on the turn after. They won't give us many big bodies for the Bon Clay to copy unless they play a dragon, which they can't on 6 Dawn. We are on 6 Dawn as well, so we'll be going to 8 next turn. Like I said, then we're going to 9, beating them on the race, to the chase, to the 10 Dawn curve. Will be in a very good spot. Not that they have much to play on 10 Dawn, other than if they play the 10 drop Goldie Roger, which I don't expect. Now, don't get me wrong, if I like this Jewelry Bonnie card. I really like this card in this deck. I think this is underrated. You definitely hit some life here, so I think this card's really good. Bump everything up. Cheat something out with the Ivankov, which is really good. If they could hit another Kuma, that would be crazy. Honestly, wild, scary. It would damage my soul. He gets the Karasu, which is even worse here. Oh, geez, we are going to be a 5k leader. And being a 3-life leader, we don't like being a 5k leader. Let me tell you, we are going to take this. We have to. 8 into face is very scary. He's probably going to go 5, which will counter out of 5, and then 7, I would assume, which we will have to take the 7, but it also depends. If he goes 6s, we're kind of cooked. And it looks like this guy wants to go 6s. Oh my gosh, we'll have to take this one as well, and then give him 2 cards for both of these. This is a very scary turn of events here, guys. The Karasu has put us in a bad place. The fact that we're not seeing any 2Ks, not very good, guys. Oh my gosh. This is going to come down to the 10 Dawn play. I want you to know that. He wants 2 cards out of our hand. You're going to get 2 cards out of our hand, let me tell you. It sucks, but it's true. Let's go 2 into 2. We have to do it like this. We're going to go 5 into 2. We're going to go 6 here. We have to not swing his life right now, just because it would do very bad things to us if we did. We will get to draw a card off of this, which is very good, and we did already ramp it on, so if it's a Gum Gum Giant, we are cooked, chat. We'll return 1, draw a card. It's a 9-drop Newgate, which honestly could be worse, actually, than doing that. And I think we cannot swing. I think actually, since he did let it die, we should have gone with the blockers just to fix our hand. But it is what it is. I don't think it's worth the risk of hitting him and giving him more cards. He knows that we have no counter. So this Bello Betty is cooking us. Kind of cooking us. This is not a good sign. She's in a very good spot. Because with 1 Dawn here, leader effect 2. So this would be an 8k swing into a 5k body. Can't count out of that. They put everything on leader. We just lose. We genuinely just lose this turn. Now, if they go for clearing our board, we would be in a very, very good spot. But I think he is just going to split here, it looks like. Swinging 10 at 5, we have to take. We do get the Gum Gum Giant finally, but it's a little too late. The Giant, even with the extra Dawn, I think we still lose unless we top deck 2 2Ks, which we can check after this. Because I would assume 13... We'd go 4, drop this, 5, 6. So we'd need a 2K and a 1K just to get out of that. And honestly, we would have gotten another Gum Giant, and I think that was 0 a Newgate. So we would have needed 2 Dawn up to actually live this turn, and then even then, we could still lose to just a leader swing, which is wild. We could have hit them last turn and been safe, but we did what we had to do. GG's our opponent. We're on to the next one. Bello Betty. Crazy, guys. Alright guys, we are getting first in the red-purple versus purple Luffy. We don't see our Zoro. We see our Zoros, 2 of the Zoros. This is way better than most games with this deck. The thing that hurts this deck to me is just the inconsistency in our ramp. Purple Luffy gets a guaranteed ramp every turn. When this deck does not find its ramp, it struggles in the meta. Honestly, we're gonna go 6 into face. Obviously, probably will take. I don't know that he would counter just because he doesn't have to take the extra life to have this little ramp battle with us. Usually, when they go first, they have to ramp 1 and then 2 to get to their 7 Dawn curve, and then sometimes 3 to get to the 9 right after. But he doesn't have to do that here. I expect a 6 at us and then a 4-drop Zoro Zoro. Zoro Zoro is very strong in this matchup for our opponent here. 6 at us will be a very safe swing as well. So, nope, looks like 7 at us. We don't even have a 2K, so we will take here, finding our first 2K of the game. And then he plays a Nico Robin blocker. Honestly, not too stressful, not too worried. Very demure. We will ramp up for free. Obviously, it's going to be very good to ramp. We won't get to ramp any more than this. On our next turn, we will be going to 8, so we can't even play the Queen right now. The Queen would actually be detrimental to us because we'd go down to 7, and we don't have another way to ramp after that. So we will play this. We will search, grabbing an Usohachi. And then I believe we are just going to swing heavy into face because we have nothing else to play in its place. We're going to go ahead and show him that we do have a Gum Gum Giant, so he has to be scared of it later. This is something that's smart to do, especially when you don't actually have one. So maybe it's unnecessary, I get that. But see how we forced him to use one already because he's scared to go low? That was very good for us, honestly, because now he still has to give us a 2K even after this. And then he's going down to 5 Dawn next turn, up to 6. I think we're sitting in a good spot. He should have just used the blocker. Let me tell you guys that right now. He fumbled. He should have just used the blocker. I don't know if this guy's new to Purple Luffy or what, but he's putting himself back 2 Dawn rather than doing anything safe. Now, if he had a fumbled hand and he needed to, that was what he had to do for this game, I get it, but I don't know. I don't know. I think getting a free ramp here is very good for just 1 card in our hand. So I guess we'll just take it. I'll keep that guy alive. Not too worried about it because now we can go on to 9 Dawn. If we play this for 4, we'll actually ramp up 1 more. But I think we're better just playing this. Go -1. We'll be sitting where we could play a 3-drop body technically. So we could play like the Usohachi, resting this and then swinging it. But he really seems to want to protect his life. So I think it's better to go more aggro into life. So we'll swing 6 at face, forcing out a 2K counter and not the blocker. And then we may go 8 into face. We may just go 7, forcing a block and a 2K counter. I'm assuming that's how it's going to go. This guy really wants to protect his life, it looks like, and popping that really early. Pretty good for us, actually. Pretty good. 2K counter. I'd like to get another 2K counter out of hand rather than just the cheap little chump blocker. We can get that later with Usohachi or something else. We will be able to establish our second kid next turn. Usually that's detrimental to your life, having 2 kids, but having 2 kids in this situation is good. Having 2 kids in real life, you're losing a lot of money, and I'm way too young for that. So 2 kids in the game, very good, happy to have that. Even though this guy is horrible and we hate Eustace Kid, he is the most useless character in all the anime. That's a whole different conversation. He ramped up his 1 active, but it still doesn't do anything. If I was him, I would swing the Zoro. We will give it to him this time. I'm not going to waste counter on him. The only reason I did it last turn is just in case, for safety. But 2 cards does not sound good to me. I'll pass. Thank you, though, but I'll pass. We're going to play this out. Go 7, use card action, -1. We're going to swing 8 at face, go -1 more. So we will have an 8K leader on our next turn. The cool thing here is we are down 1 Dawn, so if we ramp 1 active, look at this. We ramp 1 active, we can play this, still ramp another 1 active, and then have 1 for Giant. Swinging 8 at face. Crazy turn of events right there, and we have one of our Gum Giants live if we need it, but this hand's stacked. The one thing I'd get rid of is probably Zoro. 8K body, 8K leader, so either way it's the same amount of counter. He has to put Dawn on Sanguro to really do anything or get that draw 1. If he does it for anything else, it's kind of a waste in my opinion. So we played 3 8K bodies technically because he has the 1 8K. I'm assuming he's going to tap this and kill it because I said that. Buddy, hurts my feelings. But no, that would be the smartest thing. Go ahead and tap the Bon Clay, Bentham. I don't know what the Bentham's for, I'm going to be honest. Dude, the anime, it's just Bon Clay. The Bentham doesn't make sense to me. So, whatever. Returns a Dawn, gives him Rush, taps down this guy, and then I would probably swing Sanguro here just to get the extra draw and get some actual use out of the swing. You can just leave your leader active this turn and get your draw, which again I think is very important, especially in this matchup, especially because how we're just going face. I don't care about anything else that you have. I don't need to clear your board really. I can just go for your face, and because he forces himself to take life. We're sitting in a good spot, not too stressed, and he's going to do exactly what we said, killing him. I'm not going to counter out because anything else just kills him. Not worth my time. All right, we're sitting at 10 Dawn. Obviously, I'm not going to give you that for free. I'm not too worried about it. He could go 3 here on the Sanji, which may happen, which wouldn't be the worst thing for him. The only issue is if this Sanguro stays alive, we are in a tough spot. So let's find a way to get rid of Sanguro. We'll go -2 Dawn, trashing. I think we have to trash our 2K counter because this is going to be our only play next turn. Ugh. I don't want to get rid of the Gum Gum Giant. This could get rid of this. I think we have to keep that. Draw 2, resolve attack. And he just gives up, concedes. He has 1 Gum Gum Giant, 2 life, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10K counter and a blocker, and he quit. That's kind of crazy. GG's to our opponent. We did have the quick out for Sangoro with the Beckman, then go straight into face with a 9-9 and then, or 8-9-9 and then, no, actually 9-9-9 and then leader effect to get one back for Gum Gum Giant. And then next turn, if we take a life, we either get a 9-drop rush or we get the 10-drop for the next turn. Kind of crazy. GG's to Purple Luffy. Usually that's a tough matchup for Red Purple, actually, but we were able to get it out with the kids. I think this card's very dynamic in this situation. Really lucky to get it this early, and GG's to our opponent. I should also say in that last one, the easiest reason is because he used that Gum Gum Giant. Literally just ruined the game right there. Should have used the Nico Robin blocker, but different conversation. Just wanted to mention it before you guys destroy me in the comments. But if you want to destroy me in the comments, please leave a comment. It will make me very happy. If you destroy me in the comments, I'm feeling good. Push my algorithm, buddy. We will be taking on purple or red Shanks right here. We will go first. We're going to mulligan right here, and we do not find our ramp. We find two of the kids, which is going to be good, but no ramp. I guess we get the Kuma, or the Bon Clay, but I would rather get the Zoro. We don't get it. We don't have a 2K counter. I don't want to pass up on this, but I think we have to just for the 2K counter. And that's all we got right now. So we'll see what we can do on this next turn. For 3 Dawn, we may just go 9 into face, and it looks like that's what we're going to do. 9 here, make him take 1 life. You could force cards out of Shanks by going 6. He's going to give it -1, and then we go 5 here with Nami, so 5 and 5, force 2 cards out. That's another viable play on that turn. I prefer just to get the 1 life early, especially 2 aggro decks going at each other. It's kind of a race to just who can kill who first. So I think that's just the better play. He's going to do the same thing right back, and we lose this battle if this is what continues, but that's fine. We have 4, 2 active. We'll go 8 into face, and then see what you want to do. He doesn't have a Red Hawk, so we don't have to worry about him killing our Kuma, because he used all his Dawn last turn. But we do have to play around the Red Hawk. The smartest thing here will be to swing with the Kuma first, depending on what he plays. His Rayleigh is not active, which is really good, but his Yasop is. Just a simple 2K counter. You can have it. I'm not too stressed about it. We'll be sitting here at 8 now, ramping up to 9. We do have a 6K swing with the Kuma. With the Bon Clay, dude, Jesus, why do I keep saying Kuma? I think it'd be better to go with the kid rather than the Newgate at this point. But I could be wrong. But I think I like the kid more. We'll go -1 here. We'll go ahead and swing. What is this? We're at 8 Dawn. So if we did do this, we'd go back to 8 up to 9. Wow, the voice cracks are crazy today. 7 into 6. I'd rather go 8. I think we just go all the way in on the leader. 9, he would go -1 and then 2K, 1K out of hand, which is really good. Still puts us in a good spot getting that counter out. And we know we have a lot of counter still. So depends on your hand right here, but we do have good counter. 5K counter is still good for this deck, honestly, being a extra 7K leader. His swings are kind of just null and void at this point. He will use the Rayleigh, killing our Bon Clay, which was probably smart. We'll just let that go because it doesn't do anything, doesn't affect us. And then next turn we will play down this Newgate. I think the Newgate's good now because we won't be swinging with the kid especially. So Newgate, we'll swing 8 at face, and then we'll just pass it over. We have a very good hand. We'll probably drop one of the 1Ks, 8 at face, and then, like I said, we're not going to swing this. It's not worth it, not worth our time. If he had 2 up for a, what's it called, Fire Fist, Red Hawk, or whatever, we would have been cooked because he could have killed the kid with that -3. Kind of crazy. 10-drop Shanks. Ooh. We are a 9K leader, or an 8K leader, so we're still good. -2 Dawn. We're going to ditch the Onami, give +4 here, and then counter 2 and resolve the attack. Still puts us in a good spot. Luna, I'm going to need you to move, please. All right, so what do we do now? We could play out Rayleigh, give -3, -2, and then go for clearing his board, which I really don't think is a bad play, especially at this situation. So we may actually do that. -3, -2, KO. Not that it was going to do much for him anyways. We will swing 7 on 6. No. We'll swing 8 on 6. Use the card action, go -1. So this will be a 7K leader. We can now ramp back up with leader that we went -1. So we can go 8, 8, 10. Really getting out a lot of cards out of hand. I'm assuming he's going to go for clearing our board here. More than likely on the next turn, because this gets the most long-term value, is this kid, which will then allow us to play another one next turn. Really good for us. We can still ramp one, which is really good, so we'll go 8 first, not really reminding him that we can ramp one. Sometimes when you're going against red, purple, Luffy, if you don't see that extra Dawn, you don't think about it. So he's going to give us 3 cards here. We're going to ramp 1, and then 9 would be 2 cards, but we saw him use a bunch of 1Ks, so I think it's better just to go 9, because if he wants to give us 4 1Ks here, do it. You literally lose anything you had going. You're top decking everything you've got. If you top deck better, sure, you got me. But if you don't, you're kind of done for. 10 drop into face. It looks like he could be looking for a Roger play soon, or that he's going to play another one of these, because we could counter out of this, but then he just plays another one and kills our bodies. It's the same situation we could have put him in last turn, basically, and I don't think I want to do that just yet. I don't think we want to be in that position. So let's see what he's got. 5 cards. We know only 1 could be a 2K technically, or he just wasted a bunch of cards, and I don't think he would bait us like that. So 10 into 6. I'm almost tempted to keep this because then we can clear up his whole board next turn. Ooh, this could be crazy, guys. This could be wild, but I really think we have to clear up these guys. All those 1Ks he gave us, I think we have to. So we will counter out, and we get another one. Holy cow. So what is this? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 12, 5, 6. Oh gosh, this does not look good at all. I think we go 6 in a face, not using the action, sadly. We should have swung leader first probably with Dawn, but he has to counter this, because if not, we start swinging big numbers at his face. Unless he just knows he has the counter for it, which I would assume 12 and 12 in a face, put us in a tough spot. So he is going to counter this, so I think we start to see, hey, do you have the stuff you need? Because what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we kill both of these, it would have to be 6 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the not safe way to do this, boys. I think we do it, though. Well, we know he only has 1Ks, up to 1 2K. Even right there, he had to give us a 1K on 5. I think we just have to go for game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're playing off knowing that he could have up to 4K counter. That would be 3 here, and this is a 6K, so that would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, which would be what would hit, and then 3 onto 8 is 11, 5 onto 6 is 11, so it'd have to be 9, 11, 11. I think that's the better play, though, because I think if we go for killing these, all he needs is 1K counters, and then we just lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 10, and then 11. This is just what we have to do. This is the hope. He has no active Dawn, so we don't have to worry about rad beams. We just have to hope he doesn't get some crazy trigger, which he doesn't, and we have to hope he just doesn't have counter. Literally just hope. It could just be GG's. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, he had exactly 11K. And I did say he was going for that Roger play right there. So if we would have taken and taken, next turn he would play the Roger knowing that we need to block her up. Obviously we didn't have any blockers. GG's to our opponent. That was close. Oh my gosh, dude. This matchup is tough. This will be our last game of the day, as long as they accept the game. I have played 3 or 4... No, it's been 4 or 5 games now in a row that our opponent just does not want to play against us. So really frustrating stuff there. I'm getting pissed. He grabs a Sanji 2K counter here with the Law Searcher. We have nothing to play on a 2-Dawn turn. We can't swing his life. We can't kill his Law. It is what it is. More than likely, he should swing the Law here, then swing the lead if he wants to. Well, no, he can't even swing the lead because he needs 3 Dawn for leader effect. So I would play out the Doflamingo blocker or the Limb. That works too. I would play out the Doflamingo blocker if I had it. Swing the Law so I could stand it up as active, but it looks like he cannot. We'll go ahead and swing 7 at his Limb here because it will not stand itself as active. It needs 3 or more rested. Don't ask me why I know this deck. It's stupid that I do. We will play out Zoro Zoro next. He's going to go ahead and counter. Very good for us. We're just going to play out Zoro Zoro. Hope to ramp up next turn. They're already on 6. So we have to be worried about a 9-drop Zoro in the next turn. He could have 3 rested bodies here. He shouldn't have leader affected for that one. I don't know if he did, but I hope not. If he did, he fumbled. Ace would actually be really good because he could just swing 6 at life. Oh no, that's not what I would have done. I will give you a 2K counter. I don't want to get rid of the queen just in case, but I've already told you I might just drop the queen. And we'll give him another 2K counter and then see. Sure. Now that's the way to stand both of these as active is because there's 3 or less. You can actually only do 1. I forgot about that part. Silly goofy there. We will swing 4 here, ramping into 7. 7 doesn't do anything for us, which kind of sucks, but let's see if we can find something that does. And we bottom deck a lot of good top end, but we get to go giant. If we go 5, this will put us down to 6 again. And then we'll go 6 into 8. 8 to ramp 1 for Gum Giant and an 8-drop Rayleigh. So I think we can still do this. So we'll go 7 here into Limb. Give me 2 more cards, please. I think it'd be better just playing a 2-drop blocker in this position. I understand the draw 2 trash one's good, but you're getting a 6k blocker when you're already a 6k leader. It's a lot less defensive versus a 5k leader. When you're a 5k leader, obviously it does a lot more impact on the game. I think we'll drop the Yasop here. I don't think we'll be needing that. The Beckman's more likely to be needed. This card's just okay as well. It's good. It makes you a 7k body on your 5-drop turn. But after 5 Dawn, you don't do anything with it, so it's okay. Audio, he gets 3 more Dawn, and then you may rest one of your Dawn, get basically a 2k counter for it. Very good. We will just give that up for free. I don't want him to be able to swing his queen, so we're not going to go for the free block. 6 at us, and then 7 at us. We may just take this one, because we know we're going to give him a 2k counter anyways. We do get the Rayleigh here, which is obviously really good. He goes 6 again. We will give him a 2k counter, just like we said. I like having the Beckman, just in case we need it for anything. We will get to ramp 1 here, swinging 7. I don't think we're going to need the Beckman, so we're going to go -3, -2. So we will play out Rayleigh here, going -3, -2, KO. We'll go 6 into 6. And then we're going to go 7 into 5. I just want to force out a card here, or whatever counter event. Oh, he tapped 1 for the audio effect. Makes sense. Free 2k counter there. We will go 7. Probably smart that we did it this way, because if not, we would have fumbled the bag. Going 7 here. He will counter out, which is wild. He's going to have 0 cards in hand, and we have plenty of counter. I think we're sitting in a good spot. Maybe I was overzealous with the queen, but it forced out more cards out of hand, which I think is really good. And this stays as a 6k body, so I didn't need the Gum Giant, and we have a second Rayleigh incoming next turn. We have the Beckman as well if we really need it to get rid of a pesky Doflamingo blocker or something like that. I think we're in an advantageous position right here, so we will see what we can do. Where'd my cat go? I don't know. 6, he has 9. I'm assuming he's going to play a 9-drop Zoro here. That would be his best play. We'll give him 1. I'll play into his little game here. I'm assuming he's just going to go 6 here and play out the 9-drop Zoro. Obviously, I'm going to get rid of it. He won't, which is very good. We will 2k counter out of that. I'm telling you, if I'm going to keep this guy alive, I'm going to keep him alive. If you're just going to give me 1 card, he thinks he's cooking me right now, but I'm cooking, let me tell you. This Rayleigh's going to be super clutch next turn. Very good card. Especially in a matchup like this where we're just trying to starve them out. You see, we haven't hit their life once. We are fine. And now if you want to go, oh. So it looks like they're going to tap 3 to play out a character and then leave 1 up for the 2k counter from Adio, which is very, very good, let me tell you. We will let that die. If I had the Gum Giant, it would not have died, but it gonna die. So we're going to play down this. He has a free 2k counter. So technically he could have up to 8k counter right now. So 8 here, tap 8, Rayleigh -3, -2 KO. We could kill this as well if we're not really scared of the limb, but I'd rather get rid of the limb. I think we just go, I feel like we could go 8 here safely, and then 8 here. Now that'd be 8 into 6. I'd rather not care if this dies or not, honestly. Because we will have 2 swings into this, I guess. No, well, we won't anymore. Swing 6, he'll have to tap 1. He won't. So we will get to Rayleigh. This puts us in a much better spot. -3, -2, KO. And then this is guaranteed because he has a 2k here and a 2k in his hand. So we're still chilling. We've cleared his whole board. He is only playing from the top deck. And so even if he swings everything into this, we're still fine. If he wants to play a 9-drop Zoro, we can more than likely just kill it. So very, very good spot here. And we have the Nami blocker in hand. I think we got a little aggressive countering out for the queen. We probably should just let it die. But then those swings would have been going, that 9k would have gone into our life, and they'd be in a lot better position, I feel like, right now. Just because we couldn't have taken it. I guess we could have countered out maybe with all the cards we used, but I don't really know. We will just take 2 Gum Giants. Very good. Very demure, very classy type shit. So I like that. Oh, Luna's back. Hi, Luna. That is Luna. I'll have to tap 3 here. He will have 2 bodies on the board now. He plays out the ace. This is not really bothering us, honestly. So tap 4. So we're going to trash this. Draw 2, draw 1, draw 2. We have 2 extra Dawn here. 6 is guaranteed, so he has to give it to us. Then we're going to go 8. He's not going to block out of either of these. He's going to have to take both because he's really starved out. So it takes him out of top deck mode. But when we can tap this for 4, get rid of this, draw 2, and then tap this for 4, get rid of this, draw 2. We still have 2 up for Gum Gum Giant. We filtered through our deck. We have 2 blockers, 2 Rayleighs. I think we're fine. GG's to our opponent. He does concede there. I would say that was a really good game from Lim. It really showed you how to beat that deck. It's really easy unless you're Blackbeard. Blackbeard's the only deck that this card's really teched against, in my opinion. It's just a little too aggro. GG's to our opponent. That was a fun one. He did not find his Zoros, which I'm assuming he had in the deck somewhere. We can't really tell over here. Let's see. Filter through a little bit. He does not play the Zoro. Kind of crazy. I'd be playing. That's all this deck's good for. Let me tell you, in this meta. Maybe he's getting ready for 10. You don't have to play it too much. I don't know. GG's. That was it for today. Let's go over the deck profile, and we'll be talking very soon. All right, here is my red-purple Luffy deck build. It's very similar to most other people's. It's got a few little tech options. What I found in competitive play is that tech options are actually very strong, especially more universal ones that help against a lot of decks. So 2 ofs, 3 ofs, 4 ofs, it just really helps you tech against other decks. You see a lot of the people who make it to the top have those extra 1 ofs and 2 ofs rather than big sets. I understand it's different for consistency, but sometimes to be the best player, you have to play not consistently. It's just part of the game, sadly, because you just need a night to win and win. And that's why competitive players play so much, is because you just need a night that is just your night. So that's why the same people go to the same regionals over and over, to different regionals, I should say, with the same decks, is because one of these nights you're just going to high roll. It's just gambling. And it kind of makes sense, though, because you're playing the tech options into the decks you need to. We have the Nami here, 4-drop. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 Straw Hat Crew other than Nami. Super simple red searcher. Really good. It grabs us Zoro that we really, really need. The Sanji 2K, the 10-drop Luffy, which is crazy. I don't know if you saw it in any of these games. I don't remember, but really good card. 9-drop Rush Luffy, which is crazy. Uso Hachi, 2K counter, and then the Onami blockers and the Gum Gum Giants. It's not like Law. The Law does not grab you the Gum Gum Giants. The Nami does. Gas. 9-drop Newgate, crazy card. Definitely need to play this card in this deck. I think this card's very strong. Obviously, when you get 4 in one hand, I don't know if you guys see that game or not after the edit, but there was one game I literally drew 4 of these mofos. Not a good game. Other than that, really good card. I literally had it 4 in my starting hand. I felt like I had the 5 pieces of Exodia almost. Just throw 1 more in the deck for the fun of it, and we just win the game automatically. Like, crazy stuff. Silver's Rayleigh, amazing card. I actually really enjoyed it when I got to play it. Most of the time you don't find it, but when you find it and you need it, it's good. It's one of those tech pieces that I'm like, again, you don't have to play this, but I think it's really good. It's really good late game. It's good for those moments where I'm like, hey, if I play my 7-drop and then I go -1 and then I play a queen later and I go -1 and it messes up the math to get to 10 to then play this on 9. This card's that little in-between target of 8, which I find very consistent, very good, just to have those key cards. And it clears up bodies on board, and it lowers the cost to kill it with your super stacked leader already. Because if we're on 8 Dawn, we're technically on 9, swinging 7. So if they have a 7k body, -2, -3 to a 5k, kill the 5k, and then swing the 7 into the newly 5k. Crazy stuff right there. So good stuff. Ben Beckman, this card's good. It's not great. It's okay. Honestly, it's just okay. The biggest thing is into Shanks. This card's really good, getting rid of the, what's his name? The 4-drop Lucky Roo, but the Lucky Roo doesn't have a ton of effect on us till late game, because we have the Queen, we have the Bon Clay they might try to kill, or the Yasop, but usually by that time, we're already into our bigger bodies, so we're not too stressed about it, because if they're on 4 Dawn playing Lucky Roo, usually I'm on 6 going into, or I'm going into 7 Dawn playing out Kid, and then if you kill my Zoro, oh well, I don't care. So not a big deal there. I don't think this card's necessary, especially when we get into OP11, maybe you can switch this out for something else, or maybe just play more Rayleighs. Not really sure, but I think this is the best 7 you can find. I don't think this card's necessary. Yasop, another one that I'm like, it's okay. It's good for curve if you just don't find other pieces. I definitely like it more than the Queen, but it's a good card. A 7k leader, they're not going to touch that, so it puts you in a really safe position. Even if they put everything on lead by the time you're at 5 already, usually you're pretty safe because they're going to 4, so they'd be swinging 9 into 7. So you're kind of safe, not too stressed about it. Good card. 4-drop on Clay, must play, expensive card, $160 just for this, almost $200 probably now. Crazy card, really good, you need it. if you're going to play purple. End of the story. It sucks. It's true. It sucks, but it's true. 4-drop Zoroark, amazing card, have to play that. This double finger, I'm actually tempted to up this by 1, dropping down maybe the queen. I find this card to be really good if you can't find Bon Clay, and if you can't afford Bon Clay, this is a good, suitable card for it instead. You have the trigger to play this card. You also gain the Dawn back after you go -1 from just trashing a card from your hand. It's a 2k counter. It's a 4k body. It's really not that bad. It's good for consistency, so I may add 1 more and drop the queens down 1 like that, and then play 1 more Miss Double Finger, another 2k, so we'd be up to 10. I think we only played 9, and then 4 of the Giants, of course, which is 4k counter. Crazy stuff right there, but that's probably what I'm looking at in the future. 10-drop Luffy. Good card, not necessary. It can literally win you games, though, and I think if a card can win you games, you have to play it. Literally, this card just finishes the game, and so it's consistent, it's good, it's searchable. I think it's worth playing as a 1 or 2 of. It's like decks with 10-drop, what's-his-face? Goldie Roger. It's like Shanks with Goldie Roger. You play 1 or 2. That one's not even searchable. This one's at least searchable, so really good stuff. Sanji 2k counter. This card's like $10 now. Good card. Definitely need it. 9-drop Secret Luffy. This card's good. I might switch a few things around. Maybe playing the deck with 9-drop Big Mom instead, because that gives you removal, healing, really good stuff right there, and it's a nice 9k body, so good card. But again, I'm thinking of switching them. The Big Mom's also cheaper, so if you don't have this card, you could play the Big Moms instead. Save a few bucks on the deck build. Good card. Queen, I told you before, I think I played this card once, and I think it was on accident. This card sucks. I don't like this card in the deck. I don't know what I would replace it with, honestly. I think I need to find an option, though, that has counter, because we have a lot of no counters. It has to be around that 5-drop level, but I don't think a 5-drop 6k blocker is really that good. Maybe I do a 2-drop chump blocker for when we go second, which may actually be very dynamic, very good, demure, classy, all that good jazz. It's good stuff. But just being a 6k blocker, if you're hitting my leader's probably stronger than that. When I'm playing this Newgate, my leader's probably stronger than that. When I play Yesop, my leader's stronger than that. When I play Kid, my leader's stronger than that. This card is useless in my opinion, and I understand the filter's good, especially in a deck that can brick up like this, but I think for consistency's sake, I don't think this card's important. It lowers your Dawn down, and you just don't have it at the right times. Because again, if I'm going to 6 into 8, if I go Dawn -1, now I'm only going into 7, so it cuts off my leader ability, which then I'm 1 turn behind. Yes, I still get to play the Kid. When I go -1, now I hit 8, but now if I hit 8 and then I need the Gum Gum Giant, I can't play this, which means I need more Rayleigh. It's a whole inconsistent thing. I don't care for this card. On to the next one. Captain Kid. Actually a good card. I told you this before. Kids are very good. 2 of them on the board at one time. Crazy. I want to see a game where I just get 4 of these mofos and it goes crazy, astronomical, stupid, wild. I would love to see it. Let me know if you've ever done that. That would be awesome. I would be so hype just to see that board. Crazy. So Hachi, really good. If you have 8 or more Dawn, rest one of your opponents cost 5 or lower. Another card, 2k counter that can just win you games. You have to play that. End of story, end of the game, end of the day, whatever. Good card. Onami, I'm almost thinking about bumping this up and this down because going Dawn minus kind of sucks. This is good for late game. You see it in that last game right there. I think this card's good. I definitely think not going minus Dawn's very good, but the 2k body kind of hurts. So maybe we go up 1 Onami and 2 chump blocker Nico Robbins or something. But that would be my build in the future probably. It's just 1 more of these, 2 more of those, and get rid of this guy altogether. Finally, most impressive card in the purple format, not in the black, obviously, because Marshall D. Teach. But Gum Gum Giant, 10 out of 10. You got to play this. I would actually buy your copies now. I think give this card about 2 months. This card's going to be about $6. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be between $4 and $6. So definitely pick this card up now. I think it's like $1.50. It's crazy cheap. Get this now while you can, while there's still a ton of print run, while you still have product, because we know what happens with One Piece. You run out. Get this card now. I actually really enjoyed this deck. It was really good. It was just not the best build in my opinion that I want in the future, but I think it's a good deck. I definitely think it has a few things to change. I'm excited to see how this deck changes over the format on the competitive side of things, and I definitely want to get into more games with this. So if you like this deck, if you like me, leave a like and a comment. If you don't like me, leave a dislike and a comment, and either way, you're helping me out. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.